Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. It's me, your pal Larry, and we're playing more of that Destiny 2 thingamajigger today. We're really bad at our job, so the Cabal stole the Traveler at the start of the game, and we don't really have any powers. On the plus side, I was able to recreate my character. I'm blue with a splash of red going on here, and one of my shoulders is missing. We need our space powers back, so I'm gonna go... That's the butt of the Traveler, because like a bajillion years ago, it like farted to kill the enemies of humanity. So I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna lick it, so that I can get my powers back. That's how that works, right? You just lick magic?
Checking.
Oh, do I have... I got guided games package. These tickets allow you to seek out clans in guided games. I don't know what that is, and I... Okay. Is that like a PvP thing? Guided games? Or is that like try out for a clan and see if anyone cares? I'm playing the single player, so I don't really... Whether or not I join a clan is completely irrelevant to me in the long run. So this lady's the Cryptarch. She's the one who we give our loot drops to, and she gives us back a handful of disappointment.
How could I?
There's always one in every one of these games.
I'm glad to see you safe.
So what does this say? Tyra escaped the city and found refuge in this camp as well. She too lost her connection to the light and learned you had a vision of the shard.
Losing my connection.
Oh yeah, no, we got this. You can lick the thing too. There. Do you see how big that is? We can all lick that and get our magic back. That's where we keep all of our extra gear. I don't have any garbage gear to give up, so... Was she the person that gives us our quests? Am I just derping out intentionally? It's possible.
Worthy of a closer look. Oh. I'm glad to see you safe.
Okay, so she gave us some really shitty pants.
I'm sorry. Have we met before? Lose the truth.
Okay. That was real neat. I can hit F1 and open up my inventory. Look, tattered Titan Mark pants. So this was... Admittedly, this is something that was really annoying at the start of the other game. You'd do like quests and shit, and like you'd get what, like the occasional green, but most of your gear was white, up until everyone started farming for gear out of a cave in the starter zone, because it was the best way to gear up. It was literally just to sit in a corner and shoot into a hole for 5 hours a day. And that's when Bungie's like, maybe we should give people gear instead of being a dick about it. Go figure. So let's see, we gotta go talk to a guy about... Oh, it's that lady. Oh, I like this lady. She's got this sweet-ass hawk, or falcon, or whatever.
This is... Ooh. Lot of civilization. For me, at least. Of course, I've been living outside the city half my life.
So anyway, it says here, Hawthorne prefers the solitary life, choosing to live beyond the wall. Despite this, she took charge of this camp to help the refugees of the city stop being exploding.
Oh well. Lewis and I know.
Okay, so follow her mission and you'll get bacon.
So I'm not about to stop.
You'll get like some sweet guns and some white equipment. It'll be great.
Catch you later.
So I should mention, this is the first time we're getting a ship, but I actually loaded back in today and ship was happening. So that's a cool thing. We're just kind of breezing right along here. I like how there's less hand-holding than in the first game. But at the same time, I don't know. Starting over from absolute zero is kind of lame. I don't know if that's the case if you were, like, playing the game before and you could... I don't know. What am I doing? Open director? Yeah, I'm opening the director. What do you want from me? Okay. I'm gonna press and hold tab. Oh, that's what it wants. Oh, it takes you to the space map. But at the same time, it's like... Starting over from scratch with a bunch of white gear is kind of lame. So what do we got? We got the farm. This is where we were to begin with. I need to go to the Red War. Quarantine Sector 236, European Dead Zone. While Hawthorne offers shelter to those who fled the city, a vision points to a long-forgotten place. Is it the thing that I'm literally, like, across the lake? I could just walk from here. You don't gotta put me... I don't need to be in the ship to, like, load over there. Although, admittedly... At least the load screen looks pretty. Like, you've got a ship, you've got an image of the Earth that's been kind of given some geometry so it looks real. And then there's like a stock photo of clouds happening for some parallax. It looks good. It's better than just a big thing that says loading.
We have to, Hawthorne. It's a sign.
Yeah, a sign that says dead zone.
So why is this a dead zone? Like, shouldn't we have duct taped this thing on the ass end of the Traveler 200 years ago and, like, woken it up? Well, that's all I can think of, really. And what is up with the little chat icon in the lower right? Is chat happening? I rightfully can't tell. There's like an icon, like someone's trying to talk to me. Blipping in the lower right-hand corner.
I've been all over the EDZ. Charming enough. I mean, nothing says come visit, like a dark haunted forest.
But non-guardians aren't supposed to leave the city.
Here's the thing about city rules. They stop applying once you leave the city.
I mean, you got me there.
The wall. Hard to see, but it's there. Nobody goes farther than that. At least nobody who wants to come back.
Wait, so were they talking about the city, like the City of Light with the Guardian? Or the Traveler? Or was there just... I don't know. Alright, so how do we get into this thing? There's like a hole. Oh, there's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole. So I guess it's this way. There's a hole this way. Okay. Well, there's a light. Oh, crouching. We gotta use the power of crouch. Everybody's favorite, the power of crouch. Sorry, I'm like getting real congested here this evening. And I'm like trying to think, and then there's like mucus dripping down the back of my existence, and it's not great. So this thing is like a dead zone because the Traveler's ass fell off. I don't know. I feel like we could have been exploring this option a lot more since now. Because we have a speaker for the Traveler, but in all my time playing Destiny 1, I was never given any evidence that he actually spoke with him. I think he was just like the Pope. Like, he's just kind of in charge of telling us what not to do, and that was about it.
Let me know when you reach me.
Hawthorne, can you hear us? Signal's dead.
Oh no, not the signal in a cave. I would never guess that the signal is not a thing. Okay, it says switch to power weapon so I can blast people's faces off. Hey! Invisible thingies that... Those are probably just...
You hear something?
I don't know what those are. That's probably just bacon demons. You know, they're around. Oh, they're like, fallen. Just invisible fallen. Alright. I'm not sure what I expected, admittedly. Can you punch them, please? There we go. I don't even know... Okay. Did you stop that for like 2 seconds? Thank you. Alright, so we've got Fallen in here. Fallen, of course, are the dudes with 4 arms and proverbial...
Scavengers from another world. They worship machines.
Yeah, like he said, they've got like perpetual face masks on, and they worship the observers. And the implied story is that at one point their species created the observers, and then they got kind of they replaced their normal food source with the energy food that the observers created from raw matter. And then there was some Skynet business that took over, and now the observers are the ones who are in charge. So now they're just kind of like a machine cult. So what is this? How do I open you? I feel like this should be a little bit more like Warframe, and just let me shoot these open. But hey, I got a weapon. I do like new guns. Like, I'm all about that. So that'll slightly improve the odds for me. Hey, that kind of looks kind of half between futury laser gun and lame old world gun. I still want more, like, cool sci-fi lasers, because the only real sci-fi laser I saw at the end of the first campaign was the reward gun.
Right out of our vision.
Okay, so I just walk up to that and lick it. Got it. Alright, that's fine. I'm sure this isn't as sinister as I make it out to be. Just go lick the Traveler's dead carcass, and you get your powers back. That's like how all the Marvel heroes got their powers, like Peter Parker licked a spider. Is that Marvel? That is, I think that's Marvel. It's not DC, is it? DC's like Batman and Superman and shit. Batman's superpower is just being rich. Like, super duper rich. That's basically it. Like, he and Elon Musk are essentially the same person. It's just Elon Musk is slightly creepier depending on what situation he's in. I mean, don't get me wrong, Elon Musk is a brilliant guy, but holy shit, does he have, like, the most deadpan expression half the time. Okay, we got our first little engram. Hey, it's a refugee helmet. It's complete garbage. Oh, okay. There's like... Wish... Oh, it's you. It's like, who the hell is shooting me from, like, behind? And being uber rude. There we go. Enough of you. And you. So a little bit more about these critters. So these guys, the way that they typically function is that when they're young, they cut off their lower limbs. And when they get old enough and kind of earned their place within the pack, they, in a ceremony, get to grow their lower limbs back. Now, a lot of these guys just have their limbs, and they don't seem to have the typical stuff that I'm used to seeing from the Fallen. Because I'm used to seeing, like, a lot of Fallen on places like, I don't know, Earth and the Moon. They also have the Hive, which is a lot of the Moon. But I'm not seeing any of their, like, captains. So I'm thinking this might be, like, a cult offshoot of the Fallen. Which would make sense. I wonder if I still have to download, like, an app or something so I can get the full experience of the lore. To my knowledge, I think they put the story back in the game, which is good. That's where you put the story. I don't know what to tell you. That's where story belongs, in the actual game. So it should be interesting to see what the background is on these critters. I'm trying to remember what the shtick was with the Hive. So the Hive is like really evil interdimensional cross-space cockroaches, so to speak. Their kind of shtick is they're kind of not alive in the first place. They're almost like undead. So that's why they kind of spread. They just use the dead of other species to spread their own DNA shenanigans. Maybe that's what I should call this series again, Destiny with Lore. Because I know a lot of the lore, and that's actually the only thing keeping me playing this game. I'm not loving that gun, though. That gun is kind of piddly. Okay, so I just find a glowing electrical spot, and then I lick it. I'm trying to lick the Traveler's corpse here, gentlemen. If you could just settle down, that'd be great. You're making me like, oh, here we go. Here's like a proper knight captain. Tickus the Diminished Scrapper. So admittedly, these guys have become basically scavengers, like our ghost was saying earlier. So they really just kind of have a hodgepodge of what looks like garbage around their armor. And then if you're higher rank, you know, you get the fancier looking garbage. That's just how that works. Now, I'm not seeing any observers around that are going to offer us a look at what gives them their food. That's probably going to be one of the early instance bosses, or like 5-man bosses, is one of those observers. Although they did have a bunch of trash observers that were around that you could fight. Okay, let's just hide behind here for a sec. Sound design is going to be important for fights like this, because I can't see you behind objects, and you move around and teleport a whole bunch. Now, I
think we scared them away.
I vaguely recall liking the shotgun from those guys as like a weapon to use in combat. I hope I can get that. Or it might have just been, it was really nasty and you could never get it. That's why I'm just remembering getting my ass kicked. Alright, now lick it. Let's talky more Licky the Dead Traveler, please.
This is why we were led here. I haven't been as close to the Traveler's Light since... Do you feel it? Hold on to your helmet.
Oh good, everyone's favorite, getting your atoms literally ripped apart and then teleported somewhere else.
Feel it. The light is back. We're back.
Is that it?
Eyes up, Guardian.
Alright. At least our ghost doesn't look super depressed anymore. He was not having a good day, admittedly. Like, getting kicked off of a ship, thinking your guardian's dead. It's a bad start. It really is. So, okay. Note to self. When you lose your powers, just go back to the somewhat organic-looking dead structure that's like was a part of the Traveler and lick it. That's all you gotta do. Alright, I got my super ability back. Hey, I got a cool shield now. Okay, that was kind of neat, I guess. Am I just learning that I have a new superpower? I guess. What other, like, stuff does this do? It doesn't seem to do anything that cool, admittedly. Like, I liked the other thing I had better, where I was just punching people in the face. Over and over again. So am I just fending off the horde for a bit? Alright, well that was a little bit lackluster. I'm gonna be real honest here. Alright, so I got an upgrade point now. Neat. And I got another useless gray item. Oh well. I'll get something that doesn't suck eventually. So F1, where do I increase my Moxie? So my Titan subclass right now is Sentinel. Can I like... So I got one upgrade point for Sentinel. This is probably like the same thing where there's like alternate subclasses for every class. So you gotta like... You can eventually swap classes and re-level a new one. Which I guess will be interesting. So I got a magnetic grenade that attaches to enemies and explodes twice. I could get a suppressor grenade. What's this do? This is glowing. This is probably what they want me to get. Towering barricade. Create a large barrier that can be used to reinforce a position with cover from enemy fire. Binds to V. Sure. That sounds neat, actually. Getting my own free wall to shoot over. Usually you gotta, like, build your own and make another country pay for it. Let's see. Do I have a new gun? I do have a new gun. It's not that great. But I do... There we go, that's better. Okay, I've got cooperative mode active. Let's see, I still want to... Not that gun, that one. That's the one I want. I want, like, a variety of different energy types, because if I remember correctly, stuff tends to be partially immune to certain things. So it's very helpful if you can have a variety of weapon types to blast them in the face. Although eventually I'm going to want a bazooka, probably.
It's you. You and I walked together as the tower burned. And now, here you stand. Your light...
I don't really care about this guy. I don't want to do the Crucible. That's the PvP guy. You can tell because he's got, like, generic Viking antler thing going on. He seems like a nice enough bloke, but I don't care about PvP. Not in this game.
I know why. Truly, the Traveler has chosen you.
Oh, do I not? Oh, I guess I don't have any engrams that she needs to, like, check out for me. I guess all the junk that I found is just for me to keep and use immediately. So I got some new booties. I'll dismantle all the junk because these white items are just crap. And I'm gonna be rocking a lot of crap for a while, so.
Unravel that which is hidden.
I will say, on the PC, everything so far has been pretty snappy. I haven't been disappointed by it so far. What else do I get? Do I have a speeder bike yet?
A cipher, perhaps.
I got an emblem I don't want. I guess I don't really get the chance to pick a starting emblem, which is fine.
How could I not?
Things could be a lot worse, so... I guess we gotta go talk to Hawk Lady again. I gotta go lick yet another dead thing, which will be great. Love licking me some dead, alien, super giant, powerful creatures. To get more power.
Look at you. You got your light back. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad. Because we're gonna need it. There are a lot more survivors out there, and they need our help. We gotta get the word out that the farm is a safe haven. I sent a friend into the EDZ a few hours ago to set up a comm network. His name's Devram K. Good guy. Great shot. Don't tell him I said that. If you give him a hand, I'd take it as a personal favor.
I like how your personality is tied in these games to how well you can shoot things. But alright, so we go talk to a guy, he's setting up a comm tower. Very straightforward and important stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll do that next time. It's been a little while. Since we started our little adventure here in the tower. Well, not the tower, the farm. We'll be playing some more Destiny 2 going forward, and I'll share tidbits of lore that I recall, and we'll go from there. I'll probably remember how first-person shooters work that aren't arena shooters like Overwatch or Paladins. Who knows? The world is our oyster, and I'm, for some reason, fast and glowing blue. So yeah, bye everybody. Do the likey, subscribey thing. And if you have lore to share, feel free to throw that in the comments. I love to hear more about the game, and I'll incorporate that into some of the later episodes after I look up more about it and verify it. Because I'm not just gonna... If you tell me that, like, I'm secretly the Mad Hatter, I'm not gonna necessarily believe you.